Anyway, there's a man up here. Well, he ain't up here yet. Excuse me. Never mind. Anyway, forget I ever said nothing. Forget I said it. Anyway, no, he's the real English teacher. Okay, that's a real English teacher. It ain't no fucking fake phony English teacher bullshit. Yeah, you can't write a story that is beyond the third grade level there. So yeah, fuck you. And then you refer to yourself as an English teacher, which is absolutely shocking because, well, you're not at all. No, and all your concerts are the same because you have pre-recorded fucking tracks that you pretend to sing to. Yeah. So the only live portions of your show is the very beginning and the very end. Thank you. Welcome, my garden. It's Wednesday. Bet you didn't think I'd come out like that, did ya? I'm full of surprises. Oh, wait a minute. We need to light the candle. What are you doing, asshole? You know you can't be talking to us without the fucking candle burning. You know that comes out of our pension. Sorry. Sorry? Jeez. Like, the candle makes a fucking difference. You guys never shut up. Anyway. Just never shut up. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. It doesn't look better, like, behind the glass looking at the Queen of Spades? Alright. I don't know. Or the moon. Maybe. Anyway, we're getting there. What are we doing? Well, thank you for the tip-off. Connor. Peter. Paul and Mary. Peter. Welcome. Before I introduce anybody, I'm gonna take a quick break. Hey, Peter. Part 1. Look at this guy. This is Connor. That's where it's coming from. First interview. Here we go, babies. We're gonna talk with Peter. Ethan Chapin's supposed best friend in the entire universe. Let's see what Mr. Peter has to say for himself. Thank you. I know I'm slow, guy. I'm slow. We had to get through the Dillon marshes. You know what I mean? You get stuck in the fucking Dillon marshes and it's all over. You're stuck there forever. Once you get stuck in the Dillon, we call them sometimes they call them the dead marshes, okay? But when you get stuck in the Dillon marshes, you get stuck there for quite a while. Hard to get out of the Dillon marshes. You know what I'm saying? A glass wall. It's like living in a glass house. Nothing is real. Yeah. Start going down that road, you never come back sometimes. Well, then you think, well, this person must be psychotic. Right? Well, I don't know. Unless they have a very vivid imagination for nonsense. I don't know. Weird. Or just flat old lying. Just lying. Anyway, how is everybody? Hump day it is. You're right, Dame Celestine. It is hump day. That is true. Welcome, Lorraine. Amber Eyes of Gold is first today. First. And then followed by Ashley Brogdon, who has telepathy and insight. Telepathy. You can move things with your mind, like spoons and forks, just like Uri Geller used to be able to do. All right? Are you happy with that, Ashley? Welcome, Dame Mathis, Queen of the Mountain Garden. The stone pillar that casts the shadow that is the mountain. All right. What else? Well, good night. Welcome, Satire. I see you snuck into this little affair of ours again. How do you keep sneaking in? Pete's Dragon. You know, Mrs. John, hey, welcome, Mrs. John. I was going to do something about Pete's Dragon. Actually, I was thinking about that theme before I decided to go with the Pied Piper. But I was thinking about Pete's Dragon. I really was thinking about Pete's Dragon, actually. And Peter, Paul, and Mary. I was thinking about Peter, Paul, and Mary and Puff the Magic Dragon. That was floating around. Welcome, White Rabbit. Dave Celestine, of course. Queen of the constellations of every universe. Tilly, 732. Friday is coming closer and closer. Do you have off Friday? I hope you do. Welcome, Dame Deb, Queen of the Bees. Always working. Always bringing information. I can't even get through. I'm like, still on, I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Deb, of course. Sick Mad World. Sick Mad World. It is. It certainly is. Certainly is. Wow. Yeah, is it that bad, guys? I don't know. Sometimes the media, well, never mind. Anyway. Peter. Peter. Peter, Peter. All right, let's see what this chump has to say. Chump. This is the first one. He was interviewed another time. I guess that's an hour long. This is only 14 minutes. No subtitles. Let's see.
It's November 18th, 2022 at about 11:22 hours. This is Detective Leslie Lehman with the Idaho State Police. I'm here with Trooper Kristen Noah. We are going to reach out to, and the last name is spelled Edward.
El Gorho. My name is El Gorho. I'm not pronouncing that. El Goroyaga.
Who may have been the last to see Ethan and Zaina alive in the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022.
What time was that?
Go ahead and reach out to him and put him on speakerphone. And see if he's willing to talk for a moment.
Gonzaga. Peter Gonzaga. Yeah, I know, it's really rough, Mrs. John. They all look the same. No, I don't know, guys, what's going on here? Hi, this is Pete. Hey. Hi, this is Peter. Oh my God. Hi, my name's Peter. Who are you? Oh, this is Idaho State Police calling. Oh, that's right. I gotta let my poodle outside. Hang on, guys. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. Goonie Google. Oh, I remember those commercials, Dame Celestine. Those were the best commercials of all time. Yeah. Yes, they were. They were. Because then they'd show, like, it was like crack. Now, listen, Dame, you know what? It was crack. Those commercials were like crack. And the minute you heard that fucking Toys R Us commercial, right? You know they're going to show you about 2 or 3 toys or items or video games or shit like that you just know you had to fucking get. That's how good those commercials were, by the way. It was like crack. Because the minute you saw that Toys R Us commercial, you knew they were going to show you some stuff that you fucking wanted. And you had to have. Absolutely. Is that accurate for you, Dame Celestine? Is that come close? Or for anybody else out there in 1982? I love you. I didn't forget. I'm not that far gone. I remember back in 1789. Yeah. Jeffrey the Giraffe. There you go, Mrs. John. You must have lived in America at some point. America. Hey, you must have lived in America at some point. I love you. Hey, I'm getting your accent down. Just saying, America. Puff the Magic Dread. That's right, Sick Man. Hey, we're talking... Now you can only get this. Okay, there's only secret stashes, right? It's grape Moroccan moon dust. You know, they only brought back a couple pinches of it from the moon. And it's very hard to find. Yeah, it's more than gold, more than platinum, you know, more than ivory and shit. Whatever. If you like ivory, I don't know. But ivory's not a currency right now. Just saying. But gold and platinum, of course. Now remember, one of the lessons you learn in the electric church is if you're hunting for gold, number 1, don't tell anybody about it, including the government, especially the federal government. That's rule number 1 in the garden. And rule number 2 when it comes to gold, well, don't jump off a cliff. Okay, make sure you don't hurt yourself. I mean, I like gold, but I'm not going to jump off a cliff for it. I'm saying, unless, no, I'm not going to jump off a cliff for it. Anyway, whatever. But I think rule number 1 is more important. Don't tell anybody you're looking for it, especially, people called the FBI, right? CIA especially. Yeah, don't involve them. Don't involve any people like that who have 3 initials. Don't do it. Trust me. Anyway, sorry guys. People, I know you don't know what I'm talking about. Believe it or not, people are that stupid. Anyway, never mind. I told you about that story, right? Remember those guys in Pennsylvania, right? They were researching this fucking site for a long time. And they figured, yes, there was a big cache of gold where they were going to, look for it, but they needed heavy equipment. And so what did they do? They told the fucking local FBI office what they were doing, and guess what happened? The FBI office arranged for heavy digging equipment to come into that site, dig up whatever was there, took off, and then they never got to these people again. They said, "No, we didn't find any gold whatsoever, guys. Sorry." Yeah. However, it's estimated that they did find a lot of gold. A lot. Like a big cache that these brothers were studying for like, I don't know, a long time. Yeah, remember that story? Look that shit up. And that's a true fucking story. Pennsylvania. So yeah, you think I was lying to you. That's how dumb people are sometimes, guys. That's how dumb they are. You know, if you're going to do that kind of shit, here's what you do. You hire a private contractor that has heavy digging equipment, and you hire them, and you let them dig up the fucking shit. You don't tell the FBI. Fucking morons in Pennsylvania. Fucking hell. Maybe Steve G is right. Maybe Steve G was right the whole time. I don't know. But that is really dumb, Pennsylvania. Really dumb. Because guess what happened? The FBI, they absconded with all the gold. And they didn't cut you in. They weren't going to cut you in on the action. See, these fucking brothers, these idiots, they thought the FBI was going to cut them in on the score. Like give them a percentage of the fines. Yeah, that's what they thought. That's why they told them. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. We can't have Bastille Day with fucking morons like that. Okay, you got to think. Got to think a lot better than that, my friends. Jesus. Hey, you want Bastille Day? You never make it past the first hour. Okay, come on now. Let's be real. Wow. Anyway, those are the gold stories. Those are the gold stories. All right, we're getting there, guys. I know it's a long introduction. Long introduction. Wow. Like Elvis Presley kind of Elvis. You're just an idiot. Oh, God, not again. Not again. Peter, are you truly my friend? I was going to play Positively 4th Street. All right. Maybe. Let's see. We might. We'll see how Mr. Pizza goes. He was my bestest friend in the whole entire universe. He had a fantastic smile, and he lit up a room when he walked in a room. He lit up the room. He had a fantastic smile. Like that? Is it this kind of bullshit? Oh my! Hey, where are my $34, asshole? All right. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, Mr. Peter, let's go. Let's go. Hello, this is Peter.
Hello, this is Detective Lehman with the Idaho State Police.
Lehman.
Is this Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your last name.
Me neither. We're going to call you...
Basque. Yeah, so
Peter...
The reason why I'm reaching out to you...
El Gordo.
With,
Peter El Gordo. El Gordo.
Today. Things have kind of needed to be expedited, so I'm going to reach out to you by phone.
Expedited.
And has said
like
that
FedEx,
you may
baby.
be one of the people who was with Zaina and Ethan.
Right.
In the early hours.
I was, yeah. What time was that?
You speak for a moment. Tell me about that.
Yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was with him. Mm-hmm. We were at the Sigma Chi party.
Sigma Chi, short.
It ended at 1 o'clock.
Okay, and then what?
And
1 o'clock.
We went back down to my...
Went back to where?
Went down there to grab a couple things. And then we went back into the lodge. And Zen and Ethan were in the lodge with my girlfriend and I.
Okay.
And
then what?
That's the last time I saw them. They said they were going to come with us, but nobody remembers them coming with us there.
No one
I've asked all of the... Because we went to AGR, another fraternity right there.
AGR?
To us. And I asked them, and they don't remember them being there, so...
They don't remember them either?
Pretty positive they weren't there.
They were not at AGI, and that is...
AGR.
AGR.
Yeah.
Alpha Gamma Rho.
Yeah.
Alpha Gamma Rho.
And that is that considered the lodge?
No.
The lodge is
no.
Sigma Chi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idiot.
So, what is your apartment number? And what is your girlfriend's name? Is that
Bambi McCormick?
Yeah. Okay, and her last name?
McCormick. Bambi McCormick.
Okay.
Christ.
Okay.
Bambi, you said? Yes, Bambi.
Can you describe what Ethan and Zaina were wearing the last you saw them?
Yeah, what were they wearing?
Oh, shoot,
What were they wearing? You don't know? What were they wearing? Togas?
I don't remember what they were wearing. I know Ethan and
jeans?
I
Sweatshirt on?
Kappa Alpha Theta's formal. Ethan went with
that was at the formal.
And he might have been in his nice clothes still, but I honestly can't remember.
Can't remember what he's wearing.
So there was a formal before the Sigma Chi party?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a different sorority.
Maisie! Maisie, I love you.
Okay.
I love your formal, Maisie. I loved your formal, Maisie.
Okay, and that was
Maisie.
a formal party.
Yeah, I just said.
Yeah.
Fucking formal. Who's talking to me?
Was that a formal party?
Yeah.
No.
No, it wasn't a formal.
Oh,
Did
no.
it have a theme at all?
No.
The theme was...
kill people.
Like ESPN, so it's like a sports thing, like jerseys, that type of thing.
The theme was we're going to kill people tonight.
Having any kind of sports
right, guys?
apparel on?
Well, that was part of the theme for the night. Yeah. Like a sport. I love you, babies. Hey, are you with me now? You're either with me or you're against me. That's right. Welcome, Dylan Robot Morton 2.0. Robot. Oh, that's right, Celestine. You both on... Now, you both on a soul train. Well, you've always been on a soul train. Oh, my Lord. Did you forget this fucking whole time? The minute you step through the gates of the electric church, baby, you already on the soul train. I mean, it's a given. Now, some people don't even realize when they walk through the gates of the electric church. Yeah. I know that turns some people off. I get it. I understand that. But whatever. We're still the greatest. It don't matter if you walk out the gate, walk back in the gate. It don't matter. We're still the greatest of all time. So you can walk into the gate, out back to the gate. You can sit on the gate. You can sit on the gate with a harmonica in a fucking hat with please help me on it. It don't really matter what you do, actually. The garden has free will. Anyway, back to Peter. St. Peter.
Really don't.
Okay.
St. Peter.
Sorry.
No worries.
I don't remember
I'm sorry
nothing.
to put you through this. I know this is really difficult.
Yeah, it seems
just to
really
kind of
difficult.
Maybe jog your memory. Do you remember taking any photos with them that night?
I looked on my camera roll and my Snapchat memories, and I don't have anything from after the formal party where Ethan and I were in our nice clothes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Nothing me on that.
So there's the previous party that you do have a pic of Ethan.
Yeah.
If I were to give you, well, you have my telephone number, and I can give you my email as well. Would I be able to get a copy of that?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Okay.
I can send it to you just text message, or does that work?
That's perfect.
And I need your DNA and fingerprints. How am I going to get them?
Describe, so you were described to me as a very good friend of Ethan's. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, well, tell me what made it special.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know, how often did you
See him?
speak to Ethan? How often were you with Ethan?
I spoke to Ethan every day, multiple times a day.
Okay.
He was in my apartment, I don't know, four days out of the week, just hanging out. And it doesn't make any sense to me because he's not the type of guy that has any enemies, and I don't understand. He didn't have any sort of beef with anyone. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of, if you could think back for me with Zaina. Same questions there. Can you think of anybody that she was having issues with?
No, that's the huge confusing part about it. They were both super happy people, didn't like any drama.
Okay.
And and I had known Xana since my freshman year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has she ever spoken about...
All right, hang on, guys. Hang on. Hey. I want to interject a minute. Sounds, at some points it sounds genuinely confused. It sounds like that. And he might be confused. But we already heard the first problem. The first problem is already out in the open, and that is, how comes you can't remember seeing Ethan and Xana after 1 o'clock in the morning? Even though you knew that they were both invited to go to this other fraternity house, and they were planning on going according to you, but you don't remember seeing them leave the Sigma Chi, and you don't remember them at the other frat party, and you don't remember why, right? You don't remember why that is. Why can't you remember them, I don't know, going with you to the party or seeing them on the way to the party, right? It's like they dropped off the face of the earth at 1 o'clock in the morning. And after that, this guy has no recollection of anything. That's a problem. That's your first problem here. If I'm saying to you, yes, I know this person really well. I hang out with him 4 times a week at least, right? I probably know what he eats for breakfast and blah, blah, blah. I can't tell you what he was wearing that particular night. I have no idea what he was wearing, him or Xana. I have no idea. And apparently I couldn't even guess here, at all. So I refer back to the formal, which occurred much earlier in the day when we're wearing fancy clothing. But I can't tell you what we were wearing or what he was wearing when we're partying together, guys. So we're partying together, but I can't tell you what he was fucking wearing. My best friend in the entire universe. Does that work for you? Doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me that he doesn't remember shit after 1 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't know why, how, or when Xana and Ethan got split up from him, apparently. And there's no, they drop off the face, again, they drop off the face of the planet. And nobody knows where they are. This goes back to this. Nobody knows where they are until Dylan Mortensen says that she saw Xana's dead body approximately 4:20 in the morning, if you believe Mortensen. That's the next time we hear about Xana and Ethan in this saga. So again, Moscow still cannot explain where they were, what they were doing between 1:15 a.m. in the morning all the way through. Now, if you believe Dylan, 4:20 a.m., 4:25 a.m., if you believe Dylan. However, the alternative to that is from 1:15 a.m., and I like this one better. Well, let me back it up. Without taking one of the suspects into account, okay, her body wasn't discovered. Their bodies weren't discovered until 11:50 a.m. the next morning, which leaves a period of about 8 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. So anyway, the point is, Moscow cannot explain Ethan Xana from 1:15 a.m. and my opinion is all the way through 11:50 a.m. Yeah, because I'm not believing Dylan Mortensen here in this scenario. So I really don't know a good time here. 2 a.m., yeah, dark hour. But still, you're not going to believe Dylan Mortensen in this scenario. No. You can't believe her at all. So, anyway, the point is, they drop off the face of the planet from 1:15 a.m. in the morning onwards. And nobody knows where they were, what they were doing. Nobody says they came home. Nobody identifies them coming home. So, there you are. Let's carry on. Yeah, we are the greatest. This is Moscow Police Department's number one mistake in this case. Oh, it gets worse. The DNA. Now the four brothers. You could throw the four brothers shit on that. That's another grave mistake. When you don't investigate the other DNA. Yeah, that was found on the sheath. That's pretty bad. If that's true, it seems true. I don't think that was refuted. Wow. But anyway, again, we're talking about Idaho. We got to keep that in mind. We're not talking New York City. We're talking about a backwatered state. Archaic in some of their laws. Very archaic. And in their thinking. Yeah. Stupid. I'll just have a gas chamber, really. I mean, it'll be cheaper. It'll be a lot cheaper. It'd be painless. Anyway, I mean, if we're going to be that stupid, you might as well go full hog. Moscow, full hog. Axe throwing. We should go back to the axe throwing contest. Oh my god. Oh. as you may, try as you might, you cannot win. Like you can. Try. But they try, and they try, but you cannot win. You cannot win the argument. Try it. You can't. Anyway. Where were we? Where were we? Oh, yes, okay. Here we are. Let's see, I don't remember nothing, guys.
That was troubling her.
Nothing.
Let me think.
Yeah, you think about it. I don't remember. Sorry. Let me think. I don't remember.
No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Hey, pretty good, huh?
Let me ask you this. Did Ethan ever say something akin to, I think I'm going to go over and stay with Xana tonight because of more of a security issue?
Not necessarily security issue, because he lived over close to this. I'm not sure if you guys know where that's at. It's probably 2 to 3 miles away from the Sigma Chi house.
Okay.
And he lived over there, so he stayed with Xana a lot of nights just because it's kind of a far walk, and he didn't want to walk that far, that type of deal. But not necessarily a security issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had a card.
Do you know Kaylee and Maddie?
I didn't know Kaylee. I had met her, but I didn't know her very well. Maddie, kind of the same deal. I was a little bit closer with Maddie, but not near the amount of closeness I was to Ethan and Xana.
Okay. How about...
No, I didn't. I mean, obviously we were acquaintances,
Sure.
but we weren't close at all.
Okay. And...
I was a little bit closer with, but not to the extent I was with Ethan and Xana, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Like I had known her for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Than Maddie and Kaylee.
Okay.
Alrighty, you knew a little bit longer.
When was the last time you were over at the 1122 King Street address?
I was there Friday.
Friday night.
Okay. Tell me about that.
It was fine, just normal. We were in the apartment playing Pong.
Okay.
And just having a good time with each other, and that's the last. I was there for 15, 20 minutes, and then I went over to the White's apartments to hang out with my friends over there.
Okay.
I wasn't there for very long on Friday, but I was there for some minutes.
Okay. I'm going to have you circle back real quick to the 13th, early in the morning. When do you think was the last time that you saw Ethan and Xana?
1 o'clock.
Ethan and Xana, in the lodge, I'm almost positive, because they went to my apartment after the lodge party ended to pack up all their things.
Right. And then what?
The lodge is the last place I saw them, around 1:20, 1:25.
Oh, 1:20, 1:25.
Did they say where they were going to?
They didn't.
Okay.
No.
And you didn't know where they were going?
I was just assuming, sorry to interrupt, I was just assuming that they were going to go back to their place, which I'm guessing that's what they did.
Okay. And just to clarify, that would have been walking on foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's pretty close right there. It's, I don't know, 3-minute walk.
Okay. Do you recall?
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. No, and we're going to fucking revisit this. We're going to go back and we're going to listen from the very beginning, my loves. That's not what he fucking said. Right? He said, here's what he said. He said, the last time I saw them was 1 o'clock in the morning. I thought they were going to the same fraternity party because they were invited to it. Now, 8 minutes later, he's not saying that now. He's saying the last time I saw him now was between 1:20 and 1:25 a.m. That's a 25-minute difference. Okay? And then, not only that, he says, and I assume that they just walked home, which is a 3-minute walk. Which is true. It is. It's like a couple minutes. So no more mention of the other fraternity party. That's out. See? And he just assumed that they walked home, which is not what he said before. Anyway, we're going to keep this in mind. We're going to go back and listen to what he said in the very first few minutes of the fucking interview. Unless I'm delusional. And remember, this interview is only 14 minutes long. Yeah, not long. Hello, Chrissy X. Farris. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. All right.
And so I'm going to reach out to you by phone.
Party.
Okay.
It ended at 1 o'clock.
Let you speak for a moment. Tell me about that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to reach out to you by phone, and has said that you may be one of the people who was with Zayn.
We're going to pick it right. Hang on, guys. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Is that a big discrepancy? Yes, it's a big discrepancy. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We're talking about two separate scenarios. Two separate scenarios now. They're not closely related to each other. Not really. So yeah, I think that's a problem. Which one is which at this point? He sounds innocent enough, doesn't he? He sounds innocent enough over the phone. But I just gave you two separate scenarios within 10 minutes of a phone interview with you. I just gave you two separate scenarios to think about. Within 10 minutes. That's not cool. I don't want to be thinking about two separate scenarios, guy, in 10 minutes. Yeah, it sounds innocent enough over the phone, right? Sure. But you're giving me too much to think about, my friend. This should be very easy. You gave me two separate scenarios, which we're going to go over. You prick. I don't like that fake. Hate it. Especially with it when it comes to this kind of stuff. Make way for the greatest. Make way for the iron sausage, baby. Ha! Hey, make way for the iron sausage. Well, that's right. You know this is Sergeant Zappa, right? You know that. Anyway, what were we saying? Let's catch our little friend in a lie.
Dana and Ethan in the early hours.
Right?
1 o'clock.
It ended at 1, baby. Hey, we wrote some of this shit down, too. Hey, check this shit out, guys. We wrote some of this shit down, too. 1 a.m. Okay. We were at this over here. 1 a.m., blah, blah, blah. We're going to go to AGR. Right? That's the progression. Right? Okay. That's the original tale.
And
we like to write stuff down. We write stuff down.
And went down there to grab a couple things.
Uh-huh.
And then we went back into the lodge.
Uh-huh.
And Zen and Ethan were in the lodge with my girlfriend and I.
They're in the lodge.
And that's the last time I saw them.
That's the last time I saw them.
They were going to come with us, but nobody remembers them coming with us there. I've asked all of the... Because we went to AGR, another fraternity right there, neighboring to us.
Right.
And I asked them, and they don't remember them being there, so...
But they were invited, though.
Saw them. They said...
Hang on.
Okay.
And went down there to grab a couple things. And then we went back into the lodge. And Zen and Ethan were in the lodge with my girlfriend and I. And
that's the last I
time
saw
them. They said they were going to come with us, but nobody remembers them.
They said, there you go. They said that they were going to come with us. But this guy doesn't remember anything about them coming with them. So, he knew they had plans, at least that's what they told him, and his girlfriend, that they were going to go to this other party, right? But let's fast forward just 8 minutes later here and see what this schmuck has to say. Yeah, you got to catch these little twinks. Stanley. We are the greatest. Yeah. This little twink lied to you. Within 8 minutes, different scenario.
Walking on foot.
Yeah.
They were
ended to pack up all their things.
Uh-huh.
And
packing up all their things.
The last place I saw them around 1:20, 1:25.
That's not what he said before. Now, remember, now we're at 1:25 a.m., guys. Before, we were at 1 a.m. That's where we started, 1 a.m. Now, he's at 1:25 a.m. in the lodge. They're still in the lodge. Now 1:25 though. 25 minutes later than that. And then, but where did they go after that, do you think? Right? That's the question. Where did they go?
Going to?
They didn't.
Okay.
No.
Uh-huh. Where did they go?
And they
I was just assuming, sorry to interrupt, I was just assuming that they were going to go back to their place, which I'm guessing that's what they did.
That's not what he assumed. He assumed that they were going to go to this other party because that's what they told him. That's what he assumed. But now he assumes they just went back to their place. See? 2 different scenarios with Mr. Cherub Face. He just gave you 2 different scenarios to fucking worry about now. Which one is it? Were they going to go with you to this other party? They told you that. Or, for some reason, you forgot about that and just assumed that they were going to walk home to their house. Gee, which scenario now is the correct one here with this twink? Yeah. Sounds real nice on the phone, though, don't he? But he just gave you 2 different scenarios. Which one's real? I don't know. Did they probe him? I don't know.
where they were going to?
They didn't.
Okay.
No.
She asked, did they say where they were going to? And he says, no, they didn't. Oh, but remember, you assumed that they were going to go to the fucking frat party with you. Did you totally forget that piece? He did. He completely forgot that part. Oh, yeah, by the way, though, when I told you earlier, like 5 minutes into the interview, yeah, I assumed they were going to go to this other frat party with me and my girlfriend because that's what they told me they were going to do. Oops. What's wrong with Moscow? Sir Idaho, what's the matter with you? You got these little fucking psychos running around. They don't know what's going on here. 1 minute, he's telling you this. The next minute, he's saying, 25 minutes later, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I have no idea. I guess they just went home. Fuck. Yeah, ridiculous, isn't it, guys? But hey, there you are. Did you not catch that? Just saying. First time I'm watching it. First time I'm watching this shit. And I consider that a very big contradiction or a big problem. What is going on? Assuming what? Oh, yeah, I am the greatest. I don't have to assume nothing. I am. Because I am. Anyway. Whatever. Wow. So, yeah. Don't like that. Oof. Yeah. Don't like that. Oh dear. Oh my God. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know, guys. We're going to finish him off. This is his first one. Now, his second one's much longer than this. So, anyway, let's finish at least this one off. Fuck. Act 1.
Because it's pretty close right there. It's,
right.
I don't know, 3-minute walk.
3-minute walk?
Do you recall the things that they were packing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what were they packing up? Oh, he remembers that.
A couple of
he remembers
beers.
That. Beers?
And Ethan may have grabbed his formal coat.
Uh-huh.
And...
you don't remember what he's wearing, though.
I'm sorry, they had a couple of what?
Beers.
Beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, beers.
I thought you said ears, like you'd put on...
Elephant ears.
No.
Okay,
yeah, like
formal gear.
Like we're at the circus.
A couple of beers, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
And his formal
if there was
coat?
anything else I didn't see.
Okay.
You didn't see nothing?
What color was the formal coat?
What color was that?
Black.
Oh, you remember that?
Go ahead, Kristen. If I didn't tell you, I'm here with Trooper Kristen Noah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Did they have a backpack, or did Zana have a purse that they were putting these items into?
I think that Zana had a bag, but I'm not 100% positive.
Okay.
Okay. So what were they putting the items
Do you know
into?
what that generally would look like? If it was like a common bag that she carried around all the time, or if it was...
Like what?
I don't. Okay. I'm sorry.
You don't know what they were putting the shit into?
In college, we kind of go through backpacks really quickly.
Sure.
You tend to lose them or they break. I don't know what type of bag or anything about what it looked like.
Okay.
Okay,
so...
I don't like that.
Number, I'll be pushing out my email addresses.
I don't like that.
Okay.
We
Wow,
are
that's weird.
asking for any photos or videos.
I got nothing.
Especially of that evening, even prior to the Sigma Chi party.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Would be helpful.
I can look again and send you what I have from that night.
Right.
Okay.
And DNA and fingerprints.
Just on this phone number?
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
This is my work phone.
DNA and fingerprints.
To give it to people if in your circles you're hearing information that you think they need to pass on to me. Please give them this number.
Okay.
Is there anything that you can think of that I forgot to ask you?
Nope. Nope. No.
No, I'm assuming you guys have talked to
No.
the brother and sister.
Maisie and Hunter?
I personally have not.
None of your
We
business,
have
my
quite
friend.
An extensive team, and there are other agents who are.
None of your business,
assigned
my
to
friend.
that because those would be in person. And again,
Hey, my friend,
I apologize
that's none
for
of your
having to
business.
Reach out to you over the phone. This is something I do not prefer to do.
Right.
And to be honest with you, as soon as are you going to be coming back after Thanksgiving?
After Thanksgiving break, yeah.
Okay.
Mom, what day are we coming back?
Probably will be there Sunday.
The Sunday after Thanksgiving break,
Super.
we'll be back.
So my goal is, and my sergeant is a former alumni here.
Oh, wow.
So our goal is to come in. We just need to lay eyes on you guys. So yeah, I'm really
sense.
sorry. If there's anything you guys need, please reach out. I know this is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, give your mom my best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me know if you need anything, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thank you. Take care, all right?
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we end that at 11:40.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Sounds like we know them a little personally. Yeah. Alright, guys. Quick break. So that ends his first one. The second one picks up 12:05. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. It's very disconcerting that nobody can tell me what they were doing. Nobody can tell me what they were doing. What were they doing? How comes nobody can tell me what they were doing? That's a really disconcerting. Somebody knows what they were doing during that period of time. Somebody knows what they were doing. But amazingly, we haven't found that person yet. That's insanity. How can nobody give you a time beyond 1:15 in the morning? This punk ass wanted to stretch it out to 1:25. That punk ass originally said 1 o'clock in the morning. That fucker. So yeah, he stretched it out there to 1:25. That little punk ass. Yeah. But so what? I think that's a little late, but so what? I'm still going to beat everybody else home. If I go straight home, if I don't go to the fraternity, I go straight home, right? Then what? Do I beat Dylan Mortensen home? Do I beat Bethany Funk home? Do I beat them home? I would have to beat them home. And then not only would I have to beat them home, I would have to go into Xana's bedroom. Listen to this. I would have to go into Xana's bedroom. Me and Ethan would go in Xana's bedroom, right? And stay in there and not interact with anybody else who comes home to the house. Doesn't say hi to anybody. Doesn't interact with anybody in the house. So either they come home first, but for some reason, they're not very sociable, and they hide in Xana's bedroom until they're murdered. Does that sound likely? Well, it's either that, or they somehow snuck into the house without anybody being aware of them coming home, even though most of them were up at least until 3:51 a.m. in the morning. But again, nobody IDs them coming home, guys. So which one do you like? Do you like they get home first? Or do you like, gee, how comes nobody can fucking identify Dylan nor anybody when exactly they got home? They must have snuck into the house. They must have snuck into the house that everybody was unaware that they entered the house. Didn't say hi to anybody again. Didn't interact with anybody. They snuck into the house. They went directly to Xana's bedroom. Ordered DoorDash at some point along. Now, they ordered DoorDash an hour and 45 minutes prior. So, no, they weren't in the house doing that. Yeah, see. They weren't even in the house doing a DoorDash order, guys. That never happened in the house. Yeah, weird, huh? So, and Moscow to this day cannot explain to you either of those scenarios coherently. They cannot. Whether they got home first and what happened to them, or they got home later than everybody and they snuck into the house without anybody being aware that they were there. It's one of those two. There's no other road here. There is no other path you can take with this. Excuse me. No other path. It's either path 1 or path 2. There's no other way. People in denial. I can refute you at every turn. You say to me, well, let's take the late path. Fine. Okay, what time did they enter the house? It had to have been before 4:20 a.m. What time? Well, they snuck in about 3:17 a.m. Nobody knew that they snuck into the house. Dylan didn't hear anything. Bethany didn't hear anything. Nobody heard anything. Fine. Maybe that's the only way you get around it. Yeah, okay, well, what were they doing between 1:15 a.m. to 3:15 a.m.? What were they doing for 2 hours? Nobody knows where they were. What were they doing? Anyway, whatever. It's not going to work. You know Dylan Mortensen was up until 3:51. She was up. The Hobbit was up for a really long time. And then Mortensen's back up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah. So pick your poison. Pick your poison on that. You say, well, they got home sooner than everybody else, right? Fine. You want to pick that path? Fine. Then I'm going to say to you this. Well, how comes they didn't, when the others got home, how comes they didn't leave the room to greet them? Say, hey, how's your night, guys? If they were home first before anybody, right? That doesn't make sense. They would absolutely come out of the room and be like, hey, how you guys doing? Don't you think? Yeah. So they didn't get home. So, did they get home first? Yeah, well, we already know what that theory about that is. Yes, they got home. They got home before, they got home. Yeah. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, they were the first to go, my babies. That's my opinion. But you already know that. We already talked about that at length. They were the first to go. They were the first to go. Up. Anyway, quick break. Yeah. That also would lend credence to Dylan Mortensen being a part of this thing, because we're not bypassing anybody's rooms at all. We are going to the rooms directly where we're going, and well, logically, we'd start in the first floor, and if we're not hurting Dylan Mortensen or the Hobbit in the basement, right? We're starting on the first floor, and on the first floor is Ethan and Xana. And then we're going to work our way upstairs. It's not going to be the opposite. Yep. So therefore, no, the killers did not bypass people's rooms to get to the third floor. No, they went directly to where they were supposed to go first, which was the first floor. They were already on there. And then they went upstairs. And Mortensen had to figure out how to explain Kaylee and Maddie and what they were doing at 4 o'clock in the morning. She totally skips over Xana and Ethan. That's why she keeps confusing them all the time. It's bullshit with her. But anyway, she likes to play that game. She liked to play that game confusing Xana and Kaylee. She liked to play that game a lot. Yeah, a lot. That's a fucking game. Anyway, we all know that. But that's a fucking game. She played that game. I don't know who is who, what is what, which is which, who is who. I don't know who's on this floor or that floor. It could be Kaylee, it could be Xana. I have no idea. It could be this person screaming something, or it could be this other person screaming something. I don't know. I have no idea. You know? And maybe I was screaming out their names too, but I don't remember doing that. Maybe it's possible I was yelling out their names too into the abyss, but I don't recall. No, I could be totally wrong. And guys, I could be totally dreaming this entire moment. So anyway, yes, what's your next question? No, that's Dylan Mortensen for you. That's her shtick. That's her shtick, guys. That's her shtick. That's Dylan Mortensen. She talks really fast to make you think she's super nervous and super anxious. So because she's talking fast, you assume that she's anxious. But that's all she's doing. She's just talking fast. You think she's extremely anxious and nervous. And well, she might be in some way, but it's the talking fast part that sort of makes you think, well, she must be anxious about all this. It's kind of like she uses that as camouflage. It's a little bit of camouflage. If I just talk fast enough and make it seem like I'm anxious. Anyway, you know we love the prime. You know our specialty in this filet mignon house, baby, is the prime beef, baby. Baby, did you forget you were in the chop house? You forgot. Not only were you in the electric church, but you were in the chop house. We serve veal cutlet, a chicken, rotisserie chicken, prime rib. We serve filet mignon, baby, and fucking like big tomahawk, fucking 1,000-day aged fucking steaks, baby. 1,000-day aged, baby. Like, do you ever have 1,000-day aged steak? No, I have not either. But I wonder how that would taste. It probably tastes like fucking mold. But people running around doing food reviews, they probably like, well, that was the greatest fucking thing that I ever tasted. That was the most tasty mold that I ever ate in my fucking life. Oh, I tasted some beef flavor in there too. But man, it was that mold that I really enjoyed. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mrs. John. Bye-bye. Yeah. Welcome to the electric church, baby. Yeah. It's 1,000-day aged piece of fucking meat. Are you sure, man? 1,000 days? Really? Fuck yeah. Is that why it cost $450? Well, yes, you fucking prick. All right. Weird. Anyway, welcome, Snopia. Welcome, Caroline Wood. Snopia, you know, it's a great idea. It's just called the potato dialect. I like that. That's nice. My Tibetan princess. I love you. Hey, when are we going to talk to the Maharishi? What's he called? I don't know. Listen here, Maharishi. I don't like your fucking cooking. You know, I don't like your cooking at all, Maharishi. All right. Maybe something like that, Snopia. I don't know. Mrs. John, you know, I don't know why you're always delusional, but you cannot win the war, and, you cannot reach me now. Oh my God. No matter how hard you try. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. You know what? You nasty. Everybody's nasty in the garden. You know that? They're all nasty. I don't know how they got a hold of the Moroccan moon dust, but they did. They got a hold of the Moroccan moon dust, Master Nature. And they're all partaking. They're all partaking in it. Listen. That's right, baby. Quick breaks, Mom. Quick break. I hope you like that one. Anyway, all right, guys. Act 1 should come to a close. But a little preview of Act 2, I'm sure. My best friend and all. Hour and something. Interesting. Maybe they're just doing victimology. Well, we shall see. But he already lied. He already lied. He already told a fib. He already lied. Already lied. Oh my God. What you doing, handsome? Mrs. John, in Penny Lane, there was a barber shop or something, and, anyway, oh my God.
Did you ever post that? What? That pizza grilled cheese?
Oh.
Yeah. We did not. I know.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, guys.
Oh, here we go. Now he's starting to act up again. He's acting out, Mrs. John.
Lobster tails on the smoker.
Yeah.
Oh, now you gotta appease him.
I want that.
You gotta keep him happy,
Hey,
or he'll blow a gasket. Mrs. John. Mrs. John. Look.
Adam calls 5 guys
Mrs. John.
restaurant fat guys.
Oh my God. Mrs. John. Oh yeah, you gotta keep him happy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Somebody said,
Yeah,
"Hi,
he don't
buddy."
see you in there. Yeah. Keep going.
Hey,
Yeah. See what happens, Mrs. John. Push him over the limit.
buddy.
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Sorry. Private wall. Private wall. All right. Oh, boy. Well, in my day, it's bubonic plague. Either you like it or you don't. That's all. Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. That's right. Hey, listen. Maybe. All right. Hey, listen, guys. Listen.
He has the move.
Hey, Mrs. John. Oh my God. Oh my fucking Lord. What is that? Oh, hell no. It must be a restaurant. Look at all the wine bottles back there, Mrs. John. What is this shit? Oh my.
What is going on here?
That's.
Breakfast.
Oh my fucking God. Straight to the fucking bell tower, this one. Mrs. John.
Can you do this?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, you. Oh my God, Mrs. John.
That's crazy still.
Yeah, that is crazy. I agree with that. Oh, my Lord. Don't do that. What's this guy? Oh, God. Oh, my
Is this
God.
a traditional dance?
Oh, my God, Mrs. John. Look at the confusion here. Oh, my Lord. I don't need no fucking bubonic plague. Oh, my God. I just... Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Oh, dear. Mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. All right. Hmm. All right. All right, guys. Quick break. Hey, we'll get into Peter. I'm just contemplating certain things. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry. Welcome, White Rabbit. That is true, Mrs. John. That is true. Yes, they did. They did close all the asylum. Yeah. It is true. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, which one do you like, guys? Let me ask this question then. Which one do you like better? Zan and Ethan coming home before all the others? Or Zan and Ethan sneaking into the house when everybody else is kind of asleep and not getting noticed? Which one do you like better? Which scenario? Which one? There's only two paths here. Which one would you take? Two paths. Two paths. Seriously. Which path do you like the better? Take your path. Why are there only two paths, you say, Master Nature? Well, because, I'll tell you why. Because Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. That is why. That is why you only have two paths. It's because of them two. Why? Because they never identified when Ethan and Xana got home. That's why. So now you only got two paths before you because of Mortensen and the Hobbit. That's why. People in denial. They forced you to have only two possibilities in this scenario. It's their fault. That's because of them. They only give you two possibilities. Here. People in denial. We are the greatest. I'll see you in, hey, Gorilla. I'll see you in fucking Manila, baby. That's right. Yeah. Why is there only two possibilities? Because The Hobbit and your Prime. They limited you in scenarios. They did that. Now, if Dylan Mortensen was a smart cookie, here's what she should have said. Yes, I saw them come home. I don't know, it's probably around 2:11 a.m. in the morning. So 2:15, I saw them come home, said hi to them, and they looked tired, whatever, and they said, yeah, we're just going to go to bed. That sounds more believable than saying, I never saw them come home at all. Right? I mean, who would know? Who would know? Maddie's dead. Kaylee's dead. Ethan's dead. Xana's dead. Who the fuck would know what time they come home? Dylan could have said, well, I don't get this. Yeah, they got home about 2:20. I don't know. Again, they seem tired. I don't know. I went to bed. Blah, blah, blah. And, at least you identify that they actually were in the house, which they don't do. Her nor the Hobbit. The Hobbit could have done the same thing. The Hobbit could have said, yes. Yeah, I remember Ethan and Xana coming home. It was probably about 2:30 in the morning. Probably right around the time that Maddie was bugging me about the dog or whatever, maybe 3:00 in the morning. But I know they were there because I either saw them, heard them, talked to them. But no, not at all, Master Nature. They didn't do any of these things. Yeah, so that's why you only have two possibilities here, my friends, because of these two characters in your story. See, you wrote your characters all wrong. And now you only got two possibilities you can go here with Xana and Ethan. Two. And that's because of the Hobbit and the Prime. You fucked your story. Again, Moscow police. You just screwed your story again. You did. You really did. To take these people at face value for what they're telling you and not fucking lock them up. You take this story, this entire story at face value. Okay. It just gets weirder and weirder. But I get, you got to suspend your disbelief in great mass proportionate waves in order to buy this crap. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, but I want you to think about those two scenarios. Which one do you feel you're going to go with? They came home before everybody else? That's choice A. Or choice B is they snuck into the house at some point that nobody knows about during the middle of the night, and they went to their room, and that was it. So it's either A or B. There's no other possibility. Make your choice. People in denial, make your choice. Make your choice. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. None of them work, do they? Doesn't work. Do they work? goddamn bad time. No. Shush. Gato. Put you on camera, love. Get up there. No secrets. Of course not. I don't even know why I asked you. Why are you talking to you? Oh, all right. Well, lots to contemplate. Lots to contemplate. Lots to contemplate. No. The only okay, and then we'll preview this, and I have to. We should depart. We should depart. The only way that works is that this is the only way this will work. I think. Listen. So Zan and Ethan, right? Zan and Ethan. They're timing themselves to when they're going to go back to the house by the DoorDash order. This is the only way this will work. So they somehow escape off the face of the planet for an hour and I don't know, 40, let's say an hour and 30 minutes. They disappear. Nobody knows where they are. Who knows? We don't know if they're on foot. We don't know if they're driving. Whatever. Hour and a half. But they're timing their arrival back to the house based on the DoorDash order that they placed an hour and 45 minutes before they supposedly were in the house. Right? Right. So they're out somewhere. They're doing shit for an hour and a half. They realize that DoorDash is going to be there soon, 10, 15 minutes. They decide to come back at that, before that happens. They go, so they get home before the DoorDash order gets there. So they get home around what? What would it have to be before the DoorDash? Let's say they get home at like 3:50. Right? Yeah, something like that. They come in the house, get changed, whatever, wait for the DoorDash order to come, get the DoorDash at 4:02 a.m. 4:02, something like that. Take it back to the room, start eating it, and then all hell breaks loose at 4:18 a.m. All hell starts breaking loose. I guess. So there you go. That's the only other way that would work. I guess. And if you're following Dylan's timeline, that's the only way that would work. Interesting. I mean, I'll tell you what. Pretty unlucky. Okay, pretty unlucky. That's really the only other way that could work. That they slipped in 10 to 15 minutes before the DoorDash got there. They slipped into the house. They were hanging out, waiting for the DoorDash. They got it a little bit after 4. And then the killer decides to enter the house at 4:18 bypass again. But you again all and then all the other stuff applies. Would bypass their rooms, go upstairs, do their then all this stuff kicks in. That's the only way that works. That would explain why Dylan didn't really see them, and that would explain why the Hobbit wouldn't see them. So they would have had to snuck into this really small window between before the DoorDash got there and then the shit starts happening. That's the only other explanation for that. I don't know. No, again, nobody knows because nobody ever puts him going into the house. Nobody ever sees him, nothing like that. So it's hard to say. But that's the only other way. To be fair, I think that's the only other way. Yeah. Yeah. None of these scenarios are ideal at all. So, yeah. They chose like the very wrong time to decide to go back to the house. They could have decided to wait and go back later. They could have gotten there much earlier. And who knows at that point. But they just happened to decide on this very short time, this window of time, and it just happened to be kind of like the worst fucking window you could pick. In terms of when you're going to go back to the house. Now, they could have decided to stay out until 5 o'clock in the morning and avoided all of this. But for some reason, they decided to come right back in the worst possible time that you could possibly come back at. You got to consider that. They could have come back they could have come back much earlier. And who knows what would have happened at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Who knows what would have happened? Maybe they would have got up. Maybe they would have been woken up. Who the fuck knows? Things could have turned out a little different. But they just happened to come back in this window of time that was totally not the greatest window at all to come back in. You're coming right back before the shit starts. And then so that's like right before. So anyway, something to consider there. The timing of that is really unlucky, I guess you'd say. Wow. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. Or you could say this. They could have totally said, well, fuck the DoorDash. We don't have to order anything tonight. We could stay out until whenever we want. But they didn't do that. But, it's one of those things. All they had to do was wait it out, right? All they had to do is, hey, let's come back at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, yeah. Well, the killer's gone by then, supposedly. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. But, they may have been timing themselves to the DoorDash. They may have been timing getting back to the house. They wanted to get back to the house before they got the DoorDash. That's possible, I guess. Nobody sees them coming to the house. Nobody sees them anything. But it's possible, I guess. They could have chosen that particular window of time, which is the worst. Yeah. The only other would be actually coming home in the middle of it, like when the shit is actually happening. That would probably be maybe the second worst time. I don't know. Perhaps. Of course, then how would the killer know anything? See, that's another problem with this case. How would the killer know that Ethan and Xana? How would he know they weren't even in the house? Again and again. Doesn't matter. That's a great question. How would the killer know that Xana and Ethan wouldn't come home right in the middle of he was trying to leave the house? How would he know that would not happen? Right? He could have confronted them in the kitchen. Maybe they decided to come home at I don't know, 4:15 a.m. They enter the back slide and they encounter him right in the kitchen as he's trying to leave. How would the killer Not how would he not be? How would he know that he'd be confronted? How would he know who's in the house? I could be coming home from a party at 4:30 in the morning and encounter you in the kitchen. How would you know? Yeah. Stuff like that. Maybe I walk into the front door and I don't know, I see you go upstairs. How would you know? How would you know I'm even in the house? How would you know how many people were in the house? How would you know? I mean, think about it. I mean, it would be like somebody like you're driving and somebody's like or you have some like walkie-talkie shit going on. Like, yeah, okay, it's go time. There's 4 people in, or 2 sleeping, whatever. Okay, it's go time. Otherwise, you're not gonna know. Just saying, taking a big risk. Big gamble. Big gamble. All right, loves. We shall go. Anyway, we'll get back to pizza. 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 Pizza.
December 5th, 2022, 1:32.
Joe Lake.
Detective Joe Lake. Today I'm meeting with his best friend to Ethan.
Victimology. Here we go. Connor again.
As we were beginning to say, did anything jump out at you while you're filling out the questionnaire and you started to
Victimology.
The fact that we hung out that night before that Friday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Friday. At the victim's house, we just sat there and hung out. And
who were you there with?
we were there with Xana, Ethan.
Yeah.
There, one of the girls that lived there, other girl that lived there. That's all I can remember.
You don't remember Madison and Kaylee?
I don't remember if they were there.
Okay. How old are you? Okay, so you aren't quite getting in the bars unless you got a fake ID.
Right.
Just so you know.
Yeah, that's they're at the corner club.
Outside of the homicide that may be illegal, illicit, or anything else, I don't care.
I know.
I don't. All I care about is finding the person responsible for killing your friend and his roommate. Well, and his friends.
Even if I were to get a MIC or whatever, I wouldn't give a shit as long as I'm just helping out this
Thank
shit.
you. We appreciate that very much. I'm giving you, call it this way, an immunity.
Yeah.
All right, if that's makes any sense
No,
to
it
you.
makes
So,
sense.
you probably noticed by some of the questions kind of where I'm going with this questionnaire, and you probably have an idea of some of the questions I'm going to ask you as we review it together.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have some open-ended kind of questions for you as well. Okay, I'm pretty transparent.
No,
If there's anything that you got questions about, by all means ask. But before I get into all of that, I want to share something with you.
But
I think there's a misconception.
What's behind door number 1?
By some. Others, I think, recognize it for what it is. But the media has created a problem.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say
What's
something.
that?
That's probably been the hardest thing for me is the media, listening to all the media and seeing all the shit on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok even. It's insane, and it's so much of it, 99% of it is miscued and wrong.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say something, but I'm like, what's it gonna do?
That was going to be my advice for you, is don't chime in, because there are so many trolls out there and other people that they will target you. They will go after you. But the media, one of the reasons they create problems, now keep in mind, they've been briefed, and they're regularly briefed.
Yeah.
But they turn around and they provide misinformation, or they only take snippets of that information and then they run with their assumption of the information. is, again, to create a problem. And when they can create a problem, they have to be the provider of that solution, right? So therefore, you must stay tuned in because they're going to provide that solution eventually. And, if it just wasn't for all these pesky, procedural things and legal things, they should just tell us everything. And reality is, when we do find a suspect, and we will, and we take them to trial, the information needs to be organic, needs to be consolidated to every person's personal knowledge. And as I like to tell people, my job as a detective is to extract information from you, not to feed you information. I know that may sound maybe harsh in a way.
No, it's, yeah.
But yeah, imagine if I was defense attorney and I had to stand and where did you learn this? And you say, well, Detective Joe Lake, when I sat down with him, he told me all about these things. You would immediately be excused, right? Your testimony is no good,
right,
because it's not your knowledge. It's knowledge that you have been fed or gleaned, which taints your testimony.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Victoria Gooch?
That's the whole reason why information
like Victoria Gooch?
investigations is because they do go to trial, right? You have
they do go to trial.
The integrity of the investigation.
Yeah, even if you know the guy's the one that did it, he still has to go to trial.
Right, he has due process. I mean, that's, the great thing about our Constitution, and maybe our kind of downfall too, is
oh boy,
it's
our downfall too?
that right, so.
Wow, okay.
Questions for me?
Wow. Idiot.
All right, let's jump.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, you probably can't tell me anything, what's going on, huh?
I can tell you a little bit, maybe.
What can you tell me?
Well,
What do you guys know anything? Because it kind of keeps me up at night.
I bet it does.
I'm having a hard time sleeping. I moved out of the rest of the semester and got an apartment.
I can give you kind of high levels. I can tell you, like I mentioned before, I've never seen such a team assembled. When I arrived in here, I actually got back in Idaho on Wednesday night and started in on the investigation. But Thursday I was boots on the ground here, and I had never seen a team assembled like that. And we had resources pouring in from around the state and around the nation.
Just the numbers of people, or
the numbers of people, their CVs, their background, they're truly subject matter experts in whether it be data mining or warrant process for cellular towers. I mean, literally subject matter experts came in. We brought them in from around the nation. Moscow PD's about 35 officers.
I don't know about that.
We're about 300. And we're made up of several branches. Primarily patrol is what we're known for, but we have about 50 detectives, 60 actually, throughout the state, and I'm one of those.
Okay.
And then, of course, we brought in the FBI to augment us. So the case is being run by Moscow PD with state police running it, and then the FBI in support. And at any given time, there's about 100 people working on this, and we're working 24/7. So much so, I mean, most of us, we're just down with this, whatever, it's going on cold or whatever, but we're still chugging away, taking our laptops, uplinking in, whatever we need to do. But we also were rotating people to get fresh people in, and of course, there's a brief process, then we kick them out. But we've collected more data, more footage, more statements than I've ever seen collected on any investigation in 20 years. It's impressive. Truly impressive. I mean, I've been to schools all around the nation, officers from, some of the largest agencies, NYPD, all the way down to some of the smallest agencies, people of 4 or 5 people. And I've never even heard of anything like this. So Moscow PD really did the right thing. They started calling in for assistance and compiling this team. And when we got here, we have connections with all kinds of other organizations.
All right. This is really compelling, guys.
It's quite impressive.
Oh dear.
First thing you want to know, what happened? So you start asking.
Yeah.
You get 10 different accounts of what happened, and that's in perspective.
Okay, we'll pick that up later, guys. I love you. Oh boy, I didn't know it was gonna be that dry off the bat. Giving qualifications to things. Whatever, I don't know whatever he's doing. God. All right, loves. We'll pick it up later. But listen. I love you. Hey, listen. It's hump day, babies. This is hump day. Right? All right, babies. That's right.